a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Alexis Sánchez. Alexis Alejandro Sánchez Sánchez, also known simply as Alexis, is a Chilean professional footballer who plays as a forward for English club Manchester United and the Chile national team. Sánchez began his career as a youth player for Cobreloa at age 17, completing a season at the club before relocating to Italy to play for Udinese in 2006. He won his first trophies in the following seasons, winning consecutive league titles in loan spells to Colo-Colo and River Plate. In 2008, he returned to Udinese, becoming an integral member of the team in his first full season at the club. After 3 fruitful seasons in Italy, Sánchez moved to Barcelona in a transfer worth €30 million, becoming the most expensive Chilean player of all time. In his first season at Barcelona, Sánchez starred in an attacking trio alongside Lionel Messi and David Villa, helping the club win the Copa del Rey, Supercopa de España, UEFA Super Cup, and FIFA Club World Cup. The trio scored a total of 82 goals the following season, as the club won the 2012-13 La Liga, as well as retaining the Supercopa de España, before Sánchez enjoyed his highest scoring return at the Blaugrana, ending the season with a total of 21 goals and 14 assists. Following the high-profile arrival of Neymar in 2013, Sánchez transferred to Premier League side Arsenal in a deal worth £31.7 million a year later. At Arsenal, Sánchez quickly established himself as the figurehead of the team, completing every season in England with double figures in both goals and assists. He also won the FA Community Shield, as well as the FA Cup on 2 occasions, scoring in both finals. In the 2016-17 season, Sánchez scored 30 goals and provided 14 assists, his best return as a professional footballer, while going on to being nominated for the FIFA World 11. However, after lacking inspiration at the direction of the club, he signed for rivals Manchester United in a swap deal in 2018. Popularly dubbed El Niño Maravilla, Sánchez has been a full international for Chile since 2006, and has earned 119 caps, making him the team's joint most capped player of all time, alongside goalkeeper Claudio Bravo. With 39 goals, he is the country's all-time leading goalscorer. He played in an instrumental role in allowing Chile to reach the final of the 2017 FIFA Confederations Cup, while further leading the side to their first international victory at the 2015 Copa America, scoring the winning penalty in the final against Argentina. He later contributed to a repeat of this triumph, aiding in the side's retention of the trophy at the Copa America Centenario. Cobreloa. Born into Coppola, Sánchez was a product of CD Cobreloa's prolific youth ranks, where he was teammate of current Chile national team players such as Charles Aranguiz and Eduardo Vargas. In February 2005, Sánchez was promoted to the senior first team by manager Nelson Acosta. Sánchez made his debut against Deportes Temuco in February, and scored his first professional goal in a 2-1 victory over Deportes Concepcion on the 18th of March. Allowed him play his first Copa Libertadores game against Once Caldas aged 16, which made him one of the youngest players on debut for the tournament. After an impressive season with Cobreloa, Sánchez caught the attention of Serie A club Udinese, which signed him for a £1.7 million fee on the 21st of April 2006. Udinese, however, began a maturation project with Sánchez and immediately loaned him to Chilean giants Colo-Colo in a season-long deal. Colo-Colo. Sánchez debuted for Colo-Colo on the 23rd of June 2006 in a 1-1 draw with Antofagasta. He scored his first goal on the 29th of October during the Chilean football derby against Universidad de Chile in a 4-2 win. His good performances allowed him break into the starting lineup after successfully challenging veteran striker Mario Cotheres, so that began partnering Humberto Suazo in the forward position. On the 1st of November, he scored a brace in a 4-4 league draw against Deportes La Serena, as well as his first continental goal in a 7-2 thrash over Alajuelense from Costa Rica for the Copa Sudamericana. Nevertheless, Colo-Colo was runner-up of that tournament after losing the final against Pachuca of Mexico. On the 23rd of December 2006, Sánchez won his first professional title after being starter in the Torneo Clausura final against Audax Italiano, which his team won 3-2. The next season, on the 23rd of March 2007, he scored his first Copa Libertadores goals against Caracas at Cúcuta, where he netted a hat-trick to a 4-0 away win. On the 12th of May, Sánchez scored his first and only one league goal during a 3-1 home win over Santiago Wanderers, key in the race for title with Universidad Católica, which Colo-Colo finally reached after beat Palestino 1-0 at Monumental the last match day. Noteworthy. It meant the club's 26th league title. After Sánchez's impressive FIFA U20 World Cup, his loan with Colo-Colo expired, and on the 15th of August 2007, he joined Argentina's River Plate on loan from Udinese. Udinese. After a successful season in Argentina, Sánchez left South America in July 2008 to join Udinese, where he would meet up with Chilean compatriot Mauricio Isla. Sánchez made his non-competitive debut in a 3-0 win over Bassano and was named the man of match. On the 14th of September, he played his first Serie A match in a 1-0 loss with Juventus, and 4 days later, he made his European debut against Borussia Dortmund. On the 19th of October 2008, Sánchez scored his first league goal against Lecce. After this first goal, Sánchez got into a minor slump, in which he took much criticism. The criticism ended after scoring the winning goal in the 90th minute against Bologna in a 1-0 win, being named the man of match. The next season, Sánchez played an important role for Udinese in the Coppa Italia, being a key player in the team that eliminated Milan, assisting Buchanan for the winning goal. In the semi-final second leg, Sánchez was the man of match after playing a successful game against Roma, including scoring his first Coppa Italia goal in the 81st minute. It was not enough, however, as the aggregate score finished 2-1 in favor of Roma. By the end of this year, Sánchez scored a total of 5 goals in 32 appearances. On the 27th of February 2011, Sánchez scored 4 of his team's 7 goals as Udinese comfortably defeated Palermo 7-0, playing only the first 52 minutes of the game. This event meant he broke the record of goals scored by a Chilean player in Serie A, beating the record set by countrymen Marcelo Salas and Ivan Zamorano. During his successful season at Udinese, Sánchez and Italian striker Antonio Di Natale became one of the best-scoring duos in Serie A. They tallied 39 goals between them, 2 goals short of the Alessandro Del Piero-David Trezeguet duo that completed 41 goals in the 2007-08 season. In recognition of his achievements, Sánchez was named the world's most promising youngster of the 2011 season by the users of FIFA.com, where users had to choose between Sánchez, Gareth Bale, Javier Pastore, Ganzo and Neymar in a poll. Sánchez ranked 56th in the May 2011 edition of Castrol Performance Index, and 24th among the forwards. Barcelona. On the 20th of July 2011, Barcelona confirmed they had agreed to a €26 million fee with Udinese for the transfer of Sánchez, becoming the first Chilean to play for the club. Sánchez is very young, said then-manager Pep Guardiola. He can play in all 3 attacking positions. He shows intense defensive skills, he's direct, and from what I've been told, he's a very nice kid. The transfer was finalized 5 days later, when he passed a medical and signed a 5-year contract. I want to learn from players like Lionel Messi and Xavi Hernandez, and I want to help the club win more titles, said Sánchez. Sánchez's debut season for Barcelona was mired with short-term injuries. He made his debut on the 14th of August 2011 against arch-rivals Real Madrid in the 2011 Supercopa de España first-leg away match, suffering a thigh injury after a challenge by Marcelo. Barcelona won the tie 5-4 on aggregate. He made his return 2 weeks later as a substitute in the 2011 UEFA Super Cup, won by Barca 2-0. Alexis then started the opening match of La Liga at home against Villarreal, and scored his first goal in a 5-0 win. A week later, on the 10th of September, He was stretchered off after 30 minutes following a challenge from Dani Estrada in a domestic league match against Real Sociedad. Sánchez returned on the 1st of November in an away match against Victoria Plzen. On the 10th of December, he scored Barca's equaliser against Real Madrid in a match they went on to win 1-3 away at the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium. On the 14th of February 2012, Sánchez scored the first and second UEFA Champions League goals of his career in Barcelona's 3-1 victory against Bayer Leverkusen in the 2012-13 campaign. On the 2nd of October 2012, Sánchez scored the first goal for Barcelona in a 0-2 away win against Benfica. On the 10th of February 2013, then scored his first goal of the Liga season in Barca's 6-1 home win against Getafe. From February onwards, Sánchez scored in matches against Deportivo de La Coruña, Mallorca, Athletic Bilbao, Real Betis, Atletico Madrid and Espanyol to end the season. With 8 league goals, Barcelona won the league title, ending the season with 100 points. On the 26th of October 2013, Sánchez scored the winning goal as Barca beat Real Madrid 2-1 at Camp Nou in the first Clásico fixture of the 2013-14 La Liga season. On the 5th of January 2014, Sánchez scored his first hat-trick for Barcelona in a 4-0 win against Elche. He ended the 2013-14 season with a career-high 21 goals in all competitions, including 19 in La Liga. Arsenal. On the 10th of July 2014, Sánchez signed for Arsenal on a long-term contract for a transfer fee of £31.7 million. Sánchez was given the squad number 17, previously worn by Nacho Monreal, who took the vacant number 18 instead. In a statement released by the club, Sánchez said that he was so happy to be joining Arsenal, a club which is a great manager, a fantastic squad of players, huge support around the world and a great stadium in London. Manager Arsene Wenger praised Sánchez, saying that the Chilean international has consistently produced top-quality performances at the highest level for a number of seasons now, and we are all excited to see him integrate into the Arsenal squad. Sánchez made his first appearance for Arsenal on the 2nd of August 2014, as a substitute, during a 5-1 win against Benfica in the pre-season Emirates Cup tournament. 2014-16, breakthrough as star. Sánchez's first competitive appearance was against Manchester City in the Community Shield, on the 10th of August, playing in the first half, and helping Arsenal to a 3-0 win. On the 16th of August, he made his Premier League debut against Crystal Palace, assisting Laurent Koscielny's equaliser in a 2-1 home win. He then scored his first goal for Arsenal on the 27th of August, slotting the ball past Beşiktaş goalkeeper Tolga Zengin in stoppage time of the first half to secure a 1-0 aggregate victory and a spot in the group stage of the 2014-15 Champions League. Following the game, Wenger was full of praise for Sánchez, with the Arsenal manager saying, "He had a good game, not only on the technical side, but on the fighting side. He was mobile, dangerous, and has shown as well he has great fighting spirit, qualities that will be very important in the Premier League." His first league goal came 4 days later, netting the opening goal in a 1-1 draw away to newly promoted Leicester City. He then scored his second league goal in as many games against previous season champions Manchester City, demonstrating perfect technique to side-foot a volley high past goalkeeper Joe Hart in a 2-2 draw at the Emirates Stadium. Sánchez scored his fourth goal for Arsenal from a free kick, as the Gunners fell to 2-1 defeat to Southampton in the League Cup. He scored his first goal in the Champions League proper for the Gunners on the 1st of October, scoring Arsenal's third goal of their 4-1 home win over Galatasaray, and also provided assists for 2 goals by Danny Welbeck. On the 18th of October, he scored the opening goal and later assisted a late Welbeck equaliser in a 2-2 draw against Hull City at home. The following league fixture saw him scoring a brace against Sunderland after capitalising on errors made by defender Wes Brown and former Arsenal goalkeeper Vito Manin. On the 1st of November, Sánchez again scored a brace, this time against Burnley in a 3-0 victory. With that brace, he scored his 9th and 10th goals of the season across all competitions. He and Yaya Sanogo scored against Borussia Dortmund in 2-0 win as Arsenal qualified for the knockout stages of the Champions League. On the 3rd of December, he scored the winner against Southampton in the 89th minute to give the Gunners a 1-0 win. Sanchez scored the first goal in Arsenal's 2-1 home win over Queen's Park Rangers on the 26th of December and assisted the second goal for Thomas Rosicky. Earlier in the same match, Sanchez had a penalty saved by goalkeeper Robert Green after being brought down by Armand Traoré. On the 4th of January 2015, Sanchez scored and assisted his first ever FA Cup goals as Arsenal knocked out Hull City, the previous season's runners-up in the third round. Sanchez assisted Mertesacker and scored in the 82nd minute, being substituted 2 minutes later by Chuba Akpom. In Arsenal's next Premier League match, against Stoke City, Sanchez was involved in all the 3 goals as Arsenal beat the Potters 3-0 at the Emirates. He first assisted Laurent Koscielny and then scored 2 goals of his own. His performance was praised by Thierry Henry, who called him Arsenal's best signing of the last 6 years. On the 4th of March, Sanchez ended a run of 8 games without a goal by scoring Arsenal's second goal, as they beat QPR 2-1 at Loftus Road. Sanchez scored Arsenal's third goal on the 4th of April as they beat Liverpool 4-1 at the Emirates and was chosen as the man of the match. On the 18th of April, Sanchez scored both of Arsenal's goals in the FA Cup semi-final as Arsenal defeated Reading 2-1 after extra time. 8 days later, he was the only Arsenal player named in the PFA Team of the Year. On the 4th of May, Sanchez scored another brace, this time against Hull City in a 3-1 away win. On the 29th of May, he was voted as the 2015 PFA Fans Player of the Year. Sanchez reached his 25th goal of the season in the 2015 FA Cup final on the 30th of May with the second goal in a 4-0 defeat of Aston Villa at Wembley Stadium, a long-range strike. Sanchez, who also headed an assist for Theo Walcott's opening goal, became the first Chilean to score in an FA Cup final since Newcastle United's George Robledo in 1952. He capped off his first season by winning Arsenal's Player of the Year award. Sanchez made his first appearance of the 2015-16 season as a substitute in Arsenal's 2-0 loss to West Ham United on the opening day of the 2015-16 Premier League. The following week, on his first start of the season, Sanchez had a header deflected into the Crystal Palace net by Damien Delaney to give Arsenal a 2-1 win at Selhurst Park. The goal, however, was later credited as an own goal by the Palace defender. On the 26th of September 2015, Sanchez ended a run of 10 Premier League matches without a goal by scoring his first hat-trick for Arsenal in a 5-2 win at Leicester. This made him the first player to score hat-tricks in each of the Premier League, Serie A and La Liga. Sanchez then scored his first Champions League goal of the season a few days later, in a 3-2 loss to Olympiacos, latching onto a Theo Walcott cross to head beyond Olympiacos goalkeeper Roberto. The following league match, the last match before the international break, Sanchez scored for the third match in a row, scoring a brace in the first 20 minutes as Arsenal defeated Manchester United 3-0 at the Emirates Stadium and moved up to second place in the league. After the international break, Sanchez carried on his fine goal-scoring form by netting against Watford at Vicarage Road, through a Mesut Ozil assist, in a 3-0 Arsenal win, keeping Arsenal in second place, and grabbing his 6th goal in 3 Premier League matches for the club. Following a brief period on the sidelines due to injury, Sanchez returned to full first-team action on the 30th of January 2016 in the FA Cup 4th-round tie against Burnley, scoring Arsenal's second goal of the game following a low cross from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Sanchez netted his first Premier League goal since October with a goal in the North London derby against rivals Tottenham Hotspur, equalising for Arsenal in the 76th minute and keeping the Gunners' title challenge alive. During April 2016, Sanchez scored in 4 consecutive league matches, with goals against Watford, West Ham, Crystal Palace, and a brace against West Bromwich Albion. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?